This video is brought to you by Asub12 Productions. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to enjoy the videos. Also, please try and comment and rate the videos. Thank you. And that's just a little thing you want to look out for. Can't think of actually, yeah, we won't get on to that. Oh no, we have done that, so let's just go over it. For instance, when we can sort of look at a way of checking if a number is even, we can say we'll just create a sort of set program down here because it's just easier. We could start saying we'll type in a random number, modulus 2. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll say std count it's even. Now what's going to happen here is this is going to this if statement here is going to it's going to check to see if 2 will go into 48943 and sorry, it's not going to check if it's going to go into 48943. It's going to retrieve the remainder, going to retrieve the remainder of a division of 2 into 48943, and we know instantly that this is going to give a remainder of 1 because dividing 48942 would give it would give no remainder, because if the last number is an even number, 2 will always go into it. But here it's 3, and because we're only dividing by 2, there's only a possible remainder of 1. So this will output 1. And now you might notice that this is actually going to give us a true statement. So to affect the way this works, we can put it in between parentheses, and outside we're going to put an exclamation mark. Now what this exclamation mark does is it reverses sorry about that, this exclamation mark, it reverses the statement after it. So what this is actually going to do is, if this gives a remainder, and again the only remainder it can give is 1, or i.e. any positive or negative value that is not 0, then it will generate a true statement, and this not just turns that around. So if it gives out a remainder and would essentially generate a true statement, this says, hey, wait a minute, that's not what I want to check, I'm going to turn you around, and it changes that true statement into a false statement. So what actually happens is, if the remainder when divided by 2, if the remainder of this number when divided by 2 is actually 0, whereas before that would generate a true value, and this would then eventually not be executed because sorry, brain dead, because although the number gave no remainder, the resulting value is 0, which generates a false value. This turns that around, so it says if there is in fact no remainder, which means it is an even number, then turn that around, because I want to output this statement inside here. I probably blabbed on and made it much more complicated than it actually is. Hopefully lots of you will understand what's actually happening here. If you don't worry, you know, we'll most likely cover it a bit more. But anyway, this is just a very good example when checking if a number is even, of using a single value to generate a true or false value. And that's essentially what we're doing here. As you can see, we first assign the value of num2 into num1, and then it checks to see if the value inside num1 is true or false, and it's true because it's 10, which means it's not 0, so then this statement is output. And let's just close this quickly. Whoops. Close this, save, F5, and you can see here it's output true. And now, finally, to get on to the thing I actually wanted to be doing, is showing, giving an example that this else statement does actually work. We're just going to change that single equals we had there to a double equals, and that, remember that common error, you don't want to make that common mistake. You always put a double equals when checking for equality, and only a single equals when you want to reassign or assign for the first time a value. Okay, and let's just save that. And we're going to put an else statement on this one as well, just to demonstrate that it does actually work.